Hi everyone, Joe Dispenza here. Need help? Like your dreams are galaxies away no matter how hard you chase them. What if I told you the key to unlocking them could be a shift in your perception? The law of assumption is not some airy-fairy concept. It's about you, the architect of your experience. Your thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions literally shape your reality. Intrigued? There's more. Science shows our brains have the remarkable ability to create neural pathways based on persistent thoughts. Like well-worn paths in a forest, these pathways determine how we see the world. The law of assumption harnesses this power. By consciously choosing your assumptions, you create new pathways, attracting experiences that align with your desires. That is not wishful thinking. Deliberately cultivating the belief you already have what you want. Imagine graduating with honors, landing your dream job, or finally experiencing that fulfilling relationship all because you assumed it was already yours. Sounds incredible, right? But the secret most people miss is that the law of assumption goes beyond just material things. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about assuming you are healthy, confident, and capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Think of history's most significant leaders, inventors, and artists. They all dared to believe in something seemingly impossible. They assumed their goals were within reach, and that assumption fueled their actions. The power lies not in hoping but in knowing. When you embody the assumption of having your desire, you become a magnet for its manifestation. But simply knowing isn't enough. It would be best if you had practical tools and techniques to master it. That's precisely what we'll be covering next. Powerful exercises to shift your assumptions, overcome limiting beliefs, and the science behind why it all works. If you're ready to unlock the limitless potential within you and finally manifest your dreams, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools you need to transform your assumptions and create the reality you deserve. Let's embark on this journey together. Before we discuss specific techniques for harnessing the law of assumption, let's clarify what it actually is. The law of assumption proposes that our reality is shaped by our dominant assumptions. It's not just about the fleeting thoughts that flit through our minds, but about the persistent beliefs and expectations we hold about ourselves and the world around us. These subconscious assumptions act as a blueprint, attracting experiences and circumstances that align with them. The concept itself has been introduced previously. Traces of this idea can be found throughout history in various philosophical and spiritual traditions. From the Hermetic principle as above, so below, which suggests a connection between our inner world and outer reality, to Eastern philosophies like Buddhism that emphasize the power of intention and mindfulness. Think about it this way: if you constantly assume you're bad at public speaking and approach a presentation with dread, your body language and delivery might reflect that nervousness, potentially confirming your initial assumption. Conversely, if you confidently assume you'll deliver a compelling talk, your preparation, mindset, and overall presentation will likely project that confidence, potentially leading to a more successful outcome. The law of assumption isn't about unquestioning optimism or ignoring challenges. It's about acknowledging the power our assumptions hold and consciously choosing empowering ones. It's about shifting from "I hope I can do this" to "I know I can do this" and acting accordingly. This deliberate shift in assumption precedes the realization of our desires. It's the foundation upon which we build our reality. Imagine a sculptor. They don't simply hope a masterpiece emerges from a stone block. They have a clear vision and an assumption of the final product. Then, with each chip of the chisel, each thoughtful stroke, they transform that assumption into reality. The law of assumption empowers us to be the sculptors of our own lives. So we understand that the law of assumption hinges on the power of our dominant assumptions, but how exactly does it work? Let's delve into the mechanics behind this fascinating concept. Our assumptions act as filters through which we experience the world. They shape our beliefs, which in turn color our perceptions. Imagine putting on a pair of rose-colored glasses. Everything you see takes on a rosy hue, even if the object itself might be a different color. Assumptions function similarly. Assuming everyone judges you, you might interpret a neutral glance as a critical stare. Conversely, thinking people are generally friendly, that same glance might be seen as a warm greeting. This influence of assumptions on perception extends beyond social interactions. Let's say you assume you need to improve at math. This assumption might lead you to skim through math problems, focusing on any mistakes you make as confirmation of your belief. This, in turn, could hinder your ability to learn and improve genuinely. On the other hand, if you approach math with the assumption that you can understand it, you're more likely to pay closer attention, seek help when needed, and ultimately grasp the concepts more effectively. The law of assumption goes beyond just shaping how we see the world, it influences how we interact. When we hold a limiting assumption, like I'm not creative, we might shy away from opportunities that require creative thinking. This inaction reinforces the initial assumption, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Conversely, assuming you possess creativity can lead you to actively seek out creative outlets, experiment, and develop your skills. This proactive approach strengthens the assumption and opens doors to new possibilities. Our brains are constantly bombarded with information. Assumptions act as a shortcut, helping us make sense of the world around us. However, the danger lies in unconscious or limiting beliefs. By becoming aware of these assumptions and consciously choosing empowering ones, we can shift the mechanics of perception and action in our favor. It's like rewiring our internal GPS, ensuring it guides us toward our desired destinations. The law of assumption isn't just about avoiding negativity, it's about harnessing the power of optimistic assumptions. Here's where the magic truly unfolds. Optimistic assumptions act like magnets, attracting the experiences and circumstances that align with them. It's not about passive wishing, but about actively cultivating a belief that you already possess the qualities and resources needed to achieve your goals. Think about it this way: if you approach a job interview assuming you're unqualified and nervous, that energy might translate into a less than stellar performance. However, if you confidently assume you have the skills and experience to excel, that positive mindset can project outward, making a solid impression on the interviewer and potentially leading to the job offer. Optimistic assumptions don't guarantee instant success, but they set the stage for it. They create a ripple effect. Assuming you're capable and deserving, you're more likely to take inspired action, make connections, and persevere through challenges. This proactive approach positions you to seize opportunities and attract the resources you need to realize your desires. History is filled with examples of individuals who leverage the power of optimistic assumptions. Take Michael Jordan, widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time. As a high school sophomore, he was cut from his varsity team. But instead of letting that define him, Jordan made an optimistic assumption: I can improve and become a great player. He relentlessly practiced, fueled by that unwavering belief. Years later, his assumption manifested into 6 NBA championships and countless accolades. Another iconic figure, Oprah Winfrey, faced countless rejections early in her career. Yet, she always retained sight of her dream of becoming a talk show host. She held the optimistic assumption, I am meant for something great. Her unwavering belief, coupled with her determination, paved the way for her phenomenal success. These are just a few examples, but the underlying principle remains the same. Optimistic assumptions aren't about unquestioning optimism, they're about cultivating a belief system that empowers you to act and create the desired reality. They act as a fuel source, propelling you forward on your journey toward success. While optimistic assumptions hold immense power, our path sometimes must be clarified. We all carry limiting beliefs and assumptions, those nagging voices that whisper doubt and hold us back. These can be deeply ingrained, often formed in childhood or shaped by past experiences. They might sound like, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve success, or it's always going to be this way. The key to overcoming these limitations lies in first recognizing them. Here's where mindfulness comes in. Pay attention to your self-talk, the inner narrative that runs on autopilot. When you catch yourself dwelling on negative thoughts or assumptions, acknowledge them without judgment. Ask yourself, is this assumption empowering or holding me back? Once you identify a limiting assumption, it's time to dismantle it. Here are some strategies. Challenge the evidence. Don't just accept the limiting belief as truth. Look for evidence that contradicts it. Did you have a setback? Did you also learn valuable lessons that will help you move forward? Reframe the narrative instead of dwelling on what you lack. Focus on your strengths and what you can control. Visualize success. Imagine yourself achieving your goals. Immerse yourself in the feeling of accomplishment. This positive visualization can help rewire your neural pathways and cultivate empowering assumptions. Let's look at inspiring examples of individuals who shattered their limiting assumptions. Albert Einstein, a dyslexic child who struggled with traditional education, was once told he wouldn't amount to much. Yet he defied those assumptions, revolutionizing physics with his groundbreaking theories. Maya Angelou, a survivor of sexual abuse and racism, silenced by trauma for years, eventually found her voice. She challenged the limiting belief that her experiences defined her, becoming an influential writer and advocate. These individuals, and countless others, demonstrate the immense power we hold to overcome limiting assumptions. It's not always easy, but with self-awareness, a shift in perspective, and unwavering belief, we can rewrite our internal narratives and step into the reality we deserve. Now that we've explored the theory behind the law of assumption, let's dive into the practical side. How can you harness this powerful tool in your daily life? The key lies in cultivating optimistic assumptions and integrating them into your daily routine. Here are some exercises to get you started. The I am affirmation. Start your day with a simple yet potent affirmation. Stand tall, take a deep breath, and declare, I am positive quality you desire. For example, I am confident or I am worthy. Repeat this with conviction, allowing the positive energy to fill you. Gratitude journaling before bed. Take a few minutes to reflect on things you're grateful for. This practice reinforces the assumption that you are abundant and blessed. As you write, feel the emotions of gratitude wash over you. Visualization technique. Set aside some quiet time each day to visualize your goals. Close your eyes and imagine yourself achieving your desires. See yourself easily delivering that presentation, landing your dream job, or experiencing that fulfilling relationship. Immerse yourself in the positive emotions associated with success. The as if technique. Act as if you've already achieved your desires throughout your day. If you aim for a promotion, approach your work with the confidence and initiative expected of someone in that higher position. If you're seeking a romantic relationship, project an aura of openness and positivity. Remember, consistency is critical. The more you practice these exercises, the more you'll cultivate an optimistic mindset. Don't be discouraged if limiting thoughts pop up. Acknowledge them and gently redirect your focus to your empowering assumptions. The law of assumption is a more than one-size-fits-all approach. Experiment and find what works best for you. You may enjoy creating vision boards filled with images that represent your desires. Crafting mantras that resonate with you and repeating them throughout the day is your jam. The key is finding natural and engaging practices, cultivating optimistic assumptions, and making them an enjoyable part of your life. As you embark on this journey of assumption, remember that it's not about passively waiting for things to happen. Optimistic assumptions fuel inspired action. They empower you to take initiative, overcome challenges, and attract opportunities that align with your desires. So embrace the law of assumption, experiment, and watch as your reality shifts remarkably. You hold the power to create the life you deserve, one empowering assumption at a time. Let's recap the key takeaways from our journey through the law of assumption. We discovered that our reality isn't a random incident, but a reflection of our dominant assumptions. These conscious or unconscious assumptions shape our beliefs, perceptions, and ultimately our experiences. The law of assumption empowers us to become conscious creators, deliberately choosing empowering assumptions that propel us toward our desires. Remember, optimistic assumptions aren't about unquestioning optimism, but cultivating a belief system that fuels action and attracts the resources you need to thrive. Think of yourself as a sculptor, meticulously shaping your reality with each empowering assumption. Here's the exciting part: you already possess the power to manifest your desires. You can transform your life by adopting empowering assumptions, practicing the techniques we discussed, and taking inspired action. So are you ready to embrace the law of assumption and become the architect of your reality? If this video resonated with you, hit that like button and let me know in the comments below what positive assumption you'll cultivate first. Stay tuned for more insights on harnessing the power of your mind to create a fulfilling life by subscribing to our channel, World is Life Together. Let's explore the limitless potential within each of us. Thank you for joining me on this journey.